Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Aquaman issue number 38. This is going to end the Civil War. Guys, before you go any further, make sure you read this, Mera, Queen of Atlantis, issue number 6 of 6, before you read this, Aquaman, issue number 38 of, the whole story since Rebirth, all right? So this is an amazing issue, but again, make sure you check out Mera first. Okay, so Coram Wrath is about to straight up murder Arthur Curry. Like, he's got zero chance. What do you call it? Dolphin with her bioluminescence comes up, and he's just making fun. He's like, "You come at me with light? Like that's what you come at me? You're like an underwater dazzler." Oh, if he would have said that, I would have completely lost my crap. But he's just like, are you kidding me? He just throws these two around, and like he's not clowning around, dude. Already broke the Trident of Atlantis. Dude is not clowning. And the relationship between Dolphin and Arthur is such that if he wasn't with Mera, man, like that would be such a gorgeous, such a beautiful relationship. These two just hanging. But I think that it's almost like I don't know. It's hard to tell because she can't talk. And I feel like a lot of, what she does, I think that she looks up to him. She's crushing on him big time, but I feel like he just looks at her as like a little sister. Saying something like that. Either way, he goes after the dark. He is the dark. He goes after the widowhood. Volko's like, Sita, get out of there. It's like, nope, Odine, take him, get out. So all of this good stuff happens here, and it's not quite as scary as I was hoping it was going to be. I think that the main reason is because the Dark God within Coram Wrath is on the outside where it's nice and bright, and Sita's on the inside of the Tower of the Widowhood where it's nice and dark. So she looks like the bad one, and he looks like a really freaky looking good one, which is it's not what they were looking for. And all of it, as it continues, it doesn't quite do it for me, that sense of dread and foreboding, like, oh, she's really in trouble now, even though she's praying. But all of a sudden, this amazing scene happens, and this double page spread is so gorgeous that this deserves to be a Virgin poster. That is no joke, man. Just look at it. Oh, man. Man, that is gorgeous. She's not running on a big old fish. She's running on a giant octopus. All right? That's crazy. What, celophoid? Is that what they're called? But just look how gorgeous she is, too, man. Oh, my God, she's so beautiful. Is she not the most beautifully drawn character in the entire DC universe? So she just comes up, and, dude, she's bringing the entire armies of Zebul. Hey, I told you to read Mera, Queen of Atlantis, issue number 6 of 6 first. Didn't I? So, she just comes up, and oh man, the armies, they're taking everybody down. Everybody kind of gets a second wind, a third wind, a 15th wind, the second wind. And they're going to go and try and, jump in and help out, including Arthur. All right? He jumps in, he's like, dude, I'm probably going to die now, but we got to go and do something here. So everybody starts going after these guys, and Mera's not joking around. Like, Coram Wrath kills that giant octopus. Not cool, man. I like that giant octopus. I was going to name him Octi. So, Mera just goes straight at him, and she's ready. Like, she forms her trident of solid water with her aquakinesis. Like, she's just going right straight at him. And he's like, you think I'm scared of you? I'm not scared of you. What? Wait a second. Why are you smiling? And you just see this big smirk on her face. Gotcha. Arthur comes up behind him and takes the remaining shaft of the trident of Poseidon, sticks it right into his right eye. Remember, this was the thing that was supposed to be able to kill him. So he was able to break the trident. Oh yeah, he broke the unbreakable. He broke the unbreakable, but it still hurts him, and it pretty much killed him. So the darkness, the dark energy of this evil god leaves, and it doesn't have a new host to go into. There's nobody corrupted around, not to that degree that it can go inside. So it's like, I'm cold out here. What am I supposed to do, Coram? And it's like, dude, you were this big, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And, you were pushing around Coram Wrath because he's just weak-willed. But then when he comes out, it's like you really get to see just how sad this guy actually is. Like, this dark god of the depths really was kind of weak. And I dug that. Things that are scary are only scary when they have power. You know what I'm saying? So there was a great metaphor here. Loved this. All of a sudden, there's a lot of rumbling. And they're like, dude, is Atlantis going to fall anyway? Because the Tower of the Widowhood's still standing, so Atlantis should be okay. Yeah. So a reference is brought back to Dark Knight's Metal, issue number 6 of 6, where they're all standing around in the 10th metal. Well, they're not going to call it Batmandium anymore. So they're standing around in the 10th metal. And what happens? They recall a moment that I don't remember reading about, but what do I know? That Aquaman made this wish. He's like, man, I sure do wish that Atlantis could become a place that's a bridge between two worlds. So that actually starts happening. Now that the darkness in the depths is gone, Aquaman's wish becomes fulfilled. And just as Atlantis sank so many years ago, Hyborian Age, if you're going to get all Robert E. Lee on us, then Atlantis rises. So there's now the island city of Atlantis on the surface of the earth, still in the middle of the ocean. And it's gorgeous, of course. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the next issue is going to involve the Suicide Squad, and now we know exactly why. Task Force X is going to show up, and they're going to try and do some goody bad things. And I'm really hoping that we get a better Killer Croc versus Aquaman battle, because we had a really weak one, and it was two whole teams. This is in Justice League versus Suicide Squad, so you had a whole two whole teams going against each other, a whole bunch of enemies, and it was supposed to lead to a bunch of different storylines. Eventually the return of Eclipso, right? And I really wish we could have explored more the idea of Killer Croc versus Aquaman. Hopefully in this one we really get to do that, because that would be awesome. So I can't wait to see the political upheaval that is caused here. Dude, freaking, I'll say it and I'll say it again. Abnett is one of the best writers I've ever seen on Aquaman. He really makes me believe and love these stories and cherish these stories and want to role play these stories. Fantastic, dude. So this is going to be the final part of his run, the final arc of his run. And then we're going to get a whole new team. And I hope it's going to be good. We'll see. Anyway, guys, that's just a final note. Like, the way that this ended, man, I'm telling you. Listen, if you're checking out this review just because there's a really cool Aquaman trailer out and you're like, ooh, I wonder what, Aquaman's like in the comic books. Okay, I can assure you right this, and there are plenty of us around, but the Aquaman purists, all right, the fans of Aquaman that have been around since just, as long as we were old enough to swim. We love Aquaman. He's just got so many amazing stories. He's an impressive, SOB. There was a moment in here, guys, where, listen, understand something about Aquaman. He's not like Batman or Superman. He doesn't have a one rule. You do him wrong, he will kill you. He's murdered in cold blood before. You know what I'm saying? He's made enemies because of his anger before. He's a king, and he makes sure you know that he's the king. And I know that there are the situations like on Injustice or Injustice 2, whatever it was. He talks like that to Superman, and Superman takes some people and goes and lifts Atlantis up and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a specific story that's being told, and unfortunately Aquaman got kind of dumped on. You want to have a good conversation about what Aquaman can do? We can do that. You know what I'm saying? Aquaman is no joke. He's not. Yes, he talks to fishes. I got no problem saying that. And there's going to be a bunch of fans like, well, technically, just enough. I'm not here to be an apologist for Aquaman. He talks to fishes, all right? And he can make them bite your face off. The thing about Aquaman is he is regal. He is noble. And he's not afraid to kill. There's a moment in here, however, where when Coram Wrath is devoided of the darkness from the depths, he reverts back to his original form, and probably even more so, where he's more fish than man. And you actually get the vub where Aquaman is, yes, controlling fish. All right, he's using his not aquakinesis. Can't remember what it's called right now, but he's using it because it's always called something different. But he's using his ability to talk with fishes to command the fish, and he tells him, "Go away. I want you to." Yeah, he's talking to him. He says, "I want you to go and live amongst the undercurrents at this point. Just go," because he can't think on his own. Not really. He's more beast-style at this point, Coram Wrath. So he shows mercy. When Aquaman shows mercy, it's not like Batman, where he's like, "Get out of here, scum." It's not like Superman, and I'm not coming down to any of these characters. They've all got their own ways where it seems really cool. But the way that Aquaman does it, it's one of the reasons why we love Aquaman. He just, go. You're not worth my spear. You're not worth my trident. And it's such an amazing, it's one of the reasons why we love Aquaman. So ask around, find some of those Aquaman purists who love these stories. Ask them, is this a good series to get on? Should I go back and get the trade paperbacks since Rebirth and on? The answer, I can assure you, will be yes. Fantastic book, amazing writing, gorgeous art. Go read this story. Have something to base, when you go in to see Aquaman in the theaters, what is that, this October? Have something to base it on. Read from Rebirth up until now. Amazing stories. I promise you won't be disappointed. Guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.